It's been a while since we've listened to Rush on the channel, so you know what? I think it's time to rush back to him. Let's welcome back everyone to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. Let's go ahead and listen to this track, Headlight. Oh my God, I can't read. Headlong Flight. This is off of their final album, Clockwork Angels, released in 2012. It's been a while, huh? I wasn't listening to Rush really around 2012, so I don't, I knew that this was their last album. I had heard all the hubbub when it was around and everything, but I wasn't into them at the time. But now, like looking back, I'm like, man, it does feel like so long ago that I heard this news. Anyway, this particular track was suggested to me by Jim Tatro, Lewis Bernstein, Carl Gibbons, Paul Hughes, Rational Watcher, Jay Crichton. Hold on, there's many more. J-Man, Snowdog, How Effing Cool, or perhaps it's How Thing Cool, because there's no apostrophe there. And Jeff Johnson as well from 4 years ago. Jeff Johnson, are you still watching today, 4 years later? Let's go. I don't even have the track pulled up. Let me go ahead and pull up the album, and then we will go ahead and give it a listen. There we go. Not Clockwork Orange, Clockwork Angels. And we're listening to the track Headlong Flight. Let's go. To start off with. That's heavy, huh? Jeez. They're heavy here. What in the prog metal is this? This is so heavy for them. I love that slowdown from Neil to give room. This song is going hard. What was that? Is that a T-Rex? Getting to shred. Alex is getting to go. The impact. Served it up to you. Oh man, how heavy was that? Is this Rush's heaviest song? We've heard moments. Obviously, we've listened to a decent amount of Rush on the channel, but this is like them fully going into a prog metal direction. How cool though, right? Like how awesome to hear them in that scenery. And they sound good doing it, right? Alex gets to get a little heavier, a little grittier. Geddy's bass still stands out so much. Very impactful along with Neil's drums, obviously. But Geddy's bass still has that sophistication to it, right? Doesn't it still have that fluidity, that maneuverability, and that flexibility to it? It's not just, hard, rigid metal bass. No. He doesn't give that up. He doesn't take off the wings to be more grounded. He allows himself the freedom to fly. That sounds so good. And obviously, Neil, he's so creative in the way that he plays and with the fills. So, for example, the moment where it's like, I don't know how you describe it, but when he's playing the fills, he goes for the toms, then he goes into the snare, and then he goes, I don't remember where else, somewhere else. The way he segments it is unique. And to me, it's you could have done something so much more standard there, and anyone else probably would have. But the way that Neil kind of dissects it and puts it all together with a certain structure is just really unique. The little snack bite-sized bits of double bass that are thrown in there, mostly really just used for fills, Once again, just the sheer tenacity in his drumming. The moment there when he goes to the hi-hats to bring it all up, and the little bit of a drum break slash solo that he gets as well. Like, it's just so good. What else to say, right? Except it's just very heavy, but still, like I said, never losing who they are. Let's dive into these lyrics here. All the journeys. Oh, and then Alex, his solo, he gets to shred a little bit. Not that he hasn't before, but like I always say, he's a little underrated. All the journeys of this great adventure, it didn't always feel that way. I wouldn't trade them because I made them the best I could, and that's enough to say. Some days were dark, I wish that I could live it all again. Some nights were bright, I wish that I could live it all again. All the highlights of that headlong flight, holding on with all my might to what I felt back then, wish I could live it all again. So, a long time ago, we had already listened to The Garden, and I talked about what I thought that song would mean, at least what it means to me in my interpretation, talking about their career and, the things that they've grown, etc., etc. I'm kind of getting a similar idea here with Headlong Flight. It seems like it's just really talking about, reminiscing on their journey, on their musical journey, the highs, the lows, the days, the nights, the dark and the bright, the good and the bad. I have stoked the fire on the big steel wheels, steer the airship right across the stars. I learned to fight, I learned to love, I learned to feel. Oh, I wish I could live it all again. All the treasures, the gold, the glory, it didn't always feel that way. I don't regret it, I'll never forget it, I wouldn't trade tomorrow for today. These lyrics are very autobiographical, and I'm assuming that it is autobiographical, looking back on their career and their journey. But even the way it's written here, it's written in a more personal way. Doesn't it come across that way? And yeah, it's still poetic, but it's more personal. It seems to be written a lot more literally and straightforward. I feel like we're getting a really nice insight into, whoever wrote this, whether it was Neil or Getty or Alex, whoever wrote the lyrics here. I feel like we're getting a nice insight into the feelings of the band as a whole. And I'm sure in some ways, and in many ways probably, all of us can relate. Maybe not necessarily, being in a band of their accomplishment or anything like that, but just the nostalgia, looking back on your life and your journey, the things you've done, and perhaps things you haven't done and you want to do. It says on Wikipedia that this track is the second single from the band. Getty commented on this one he says, Headlong Flight was one of those songs that was a joy to write and record from beginning to end. Alex and I had a blast jamming in my home studio one day, and I did not revisit that jam until a year later. Alex and I assembled the song to be an instrumental, and its original title was Take That Lampshade Off Yo Head. But once we saw the lyrics Neil had written, I knew that the spirit of the lyrics matched the instrumental perfectly, and it was just a matter of making them fit to those melodies there. So, excellent track. Very, very good one. Let me know what you guys thought of it, however, in the comments below. You can follow me over on Twitter. You can support the channel and what I do on Patreon. As always, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Bye.